It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we'll get to see a battle for conference superiority. It's going to be a good one, and it kicks off next on Madden NFL 25.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
If you ask coaches at any level to design their ideal leader of a team, I think they're going to check every box with this guy. He's got the poise to handle responsibility. He stays calm under any kind of pressure, and he brings out the best of his teammates each and every week.
And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
Now a 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Stroud. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Stroud looking to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. They'll get 34 yards there.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Again, it's Stroud. This is caught. It's Kirk. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Last play went for over 30 yards. This one not quite as big, but still over 20. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. A shotgun snap to Stroud. And one more time, here's Kirk. And the Texans are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical. They've been crisp. And as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. They'll give it to Mixon. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. Yaya Diaby got in there behind the line and dropped him for a loss on the play. Well, you've told me before, it's great to be an athlete. A lot of great athletes out there. It's good to have instincts, and he has those.
I would take those above athleticism in a lot of cases because if you know where the ball's going before anyone else can get there and block you, you can make up for a lack of athleticism by being in the right spot at the right time.
And took him down in the backfield with those instincts. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal.
And I think he just wanted to give the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area, and after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Here's Mixon. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. It's about a 3-yard pickup there, but more importantly, they're still a few yards away here. It's now 4th down and goal. Big 3rd down stop. I can almost hear that defense saying, go ahead, go for it. Try it. Try it.
You see that swagger out there, don't you? You see him saying, yeah, go ahead and give it one more shot. But I think if you're the head coach in this situation with you having the ball, just tip your cap to the guy on the other side and say, okay, you got me this time. Kick the field goal. We'll see you the rest of the game.
Well, if they would go for it and not get it, though, the other offense would have a long way to go in the other direction. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
Fairbairn now following the made field goal. He'll send this one away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. So here are the Bucs now to take over for the first time. Under center, it's the 2017 Heisman Trophy winner as you get a look at Baker Mayfield.
And he's a guy who plays with a lot of emotion. He's learned how to channel it really positively because when he throws the football downfield and makes a big play, he'll be the first guy downfield to celebrate with you. But also when his team needs that confidence, when they need that jolt, they turn to him, and he's ready to provide it.
And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. In motion left, Godwin. Mayfield looks to throw. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd down and 8. They will run for the first time here with White. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42. Third down and 6. To throw, Mayfield. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Stroud. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. And from the 42 now, here's 2nd and 2. Inside handoff to Mixon. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Here now, 3rd and a yard. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. The Trey Palmer deep for Tampa Bay. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. The defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. In motion, the tight end. Mayfield. Looking right side, and it's intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it, and his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Houston's offense taking over again. And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10. In motion right, that's Collins. He's going to get it on the jet sweep. And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there, and they'll go backwards right away.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Mixing up the middle. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Here's Stroud. That'll be caught right side by the rookie receiver. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a pretty good throw on the curl route there. 3rd down, and they pick up a first.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it was so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, then they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
And this is incomplete. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Now Stroud. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Stroud to throw it. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Brevin Jordan from 13 yards out. And the Texans are able to extend their lead.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. So that drive, 4 plays, and it results in the Texans finding the end zone. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
From the 32-yard line now, here's a 2nd and 7. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Mayfield to throw it. And this is caught by Evans. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Third and 2. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. From the gun, Mayfield. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
And the slot man goes in motion left. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield.
And there's a short one taken in by Otten.
And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7.
Running the toss to Irving. Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Tried to get the edge there. The defense just too quick to the ball.
That's what we call total team defense there. Can't get to the edge, no place to move it inside, and then allows everyone else to run to the ball and create a big-time tackle for no gain for the offense.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing, Mayfield.
And there's a short one taken in by Otten.
So the completion good for just 3. And it's 2nd down. $10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football. 2nd and 7 as they've got it as we resume action. Evans comes in motion right. Now Mayfield. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. Over the middle, he finds Godwin, complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
2nd and a couple.
Mayfield now. And he will find his man on the outside. That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Here's Mayfield.
That's caught by Durham.
Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. This is caught. And that's good for a gain of 6. And it'll leave him with 3rd and a full yard to go.
Baker going to give it to Irving.
And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers.
Bucky Irving
taking it in from 2 yards out.
And the Buccaneers have cut it back within a score. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So that one a 13-play drive in total. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Stroud looking to throw.
And he is going to lose yardage here. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
And we constantly talk about people being on the same page. In this situation, the two of them saw the play with the same eyes. They understood where the open spaces were going to be, and they found a way to get there to pick up a new set of downs.
Throwing now is Stroud.
Open man is Higgins. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
And Stroud now to throw. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted.
And I think he was a little surprised to see the ball sitting out there like that. That's a ball he had a chance to come away with, but it winds up an incomplete pass.
2nd and 10.
From the gun, a give to Mixon. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. That is caught. The 20. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A big play that time on the catch and run. 37 yards.
When teams practice their plays during the week, they're hoping that it's going to pay off on game day. So it sure has to feel good for them when they hit them during a game, and they hit that one there for big yardage.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6.
Now a 2nd and 6.
Back to throw. Stroud. And it's caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
They'll send Kirk in motion right. Here's a fake on the jet sweep and a run up the middle with Mixon.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown.
Joe Mixon
punching it in from a yard away.
And the Texans are able to add on to that lead.
Well, solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up. Meaning, when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive 1st and 10. Mayfield looks to throw. There's a short one taken in by Otten.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Back to throw here. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
To throw, Mayfield. He finds his target. It's Evans.
And he is going to have the Buccaneers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
Mayfield with it once more.
And there's a short one taken in by Otten.
So the completion gets him just a yard, and that'll make it 2nd down. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Mayfield. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. They'll look to throw again. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. And he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. He's hoping to get it going. They're hoping to get him going, too. You know, he's about ready to pop one here in the second quarter. He's hoping.
And his offensive line teammates, they want to get one of those, too, because they want to continue to run the football. Most offensive linemen like that part of the game better than pass protection because they're not taking blows, they're actually dealing them out. So what they want to do is show the coaches, hey, if we pop one, we're having success. That way they won't go away from the running game.
He'll be hoping to pop one, break one here this go-around.
2nd down and 3. Now Stroud. This pass complete to Higgins. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
It may be only a gain of 3 yards, but that back, he deserves a lot more credit on the play. That could have easily been stopped at the line, but his vision and his determination found some space to turn it into that modest gain.
Here's Stroud.
A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. Only able to gain a couple there, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. Stroud. That's caught again by Schultz. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
I thought maybe when he caught, he'd have a good chance of getting that 1st down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
Here's Tommy Townsend now,
as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
The Buccaneers offense and Baker Mayfield set to take over once more. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football.
They begin the drive on the ground. It's White. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line.
Second and 9.
Mayfield to throw it. Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. That'll go for a gain of 7. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down. Looking to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Bucs 1st down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Here's 2nd and 7. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Airing this one out for Evans. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Going to the air again with Mayfield. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a 1st down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Now Mayfield.
And there's a short one taken in by Otten.
Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up.
Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Now 2nd and 5.
And again, it's Mayfield. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. Throwing, Mayfield.
Oh, and that is incomplete.
So 2 3rd down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half.
And the Texans going to get the football one final time here in this first half. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down.
The tackle made by Zion McCollum.
So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
It was a terrific first half from the former Offensive Rookie of the Year, C.J. Stroud. He's got a touchdown pass on the ledger as his guys were able to build a double-digit lead.
A 10-point game, 17-7 the score as we get back to it on EA Sports.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the 3rd quarter.
Well, the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense is throwing at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
From the 31, here's a 2nd and 8. Mayfield down. Over the middle, he finds Godwin, complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. His first catch of this third quarter, he had 7 in the first half. It's also a first down.
And that's one of the better plays we've seen this offense put together so far. They haven't been able to get on track much at all. But listen, they're only down a couple of scores with the rest of this quarter and the entire fourth remaining. So, stranger things have happened.
Here's Mayfield. This ball complete to Durham. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. Now 2nd and 9. Mayfield now from the 50. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 34-yard line. Charles, to move the chains that time, they had to complete it into double coverage, and they got it done.
And it's never easy overcoming multiple defenders, but he sure made it look simple. Found the right spot to exploit and won his 1-on-2 matchup.
On 1st and 10, here's Irving. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Out on the edge, you love to have cornerbacks like that can bring him down in the run game.
And you're also exposed to everyone. It really becomes a one-on-one play, doesn't it? You're out there by yourself on the edge. The best ones know how to make the play, and we just saw an example of it right there.
They'll go up the middle with White. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. That is caught. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 16. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Mayfield looks to throw. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. That was Will Anderson getting home and finishing the play.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Another try after the first down sack. Mayfield. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And 3rd and 8 now.
Back to throw here. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down.
And Danielle Hunter, he's the one who gets in there and brings him down to the ground.
They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
Chase McLaughlin now for the field goal try. From the left hash, just a 32-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10.
So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half.
Stroud to throw it.
And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Levante David making his presence felt in the backfield.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this third quarter. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Throwing now is Stroud.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Stroud looking to throw. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
A 41-yard punt there with no return, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense.
The Buccaneers offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long.
To throw, Mayfield. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
I tell you what, when you're down on the scoreboard, you've got to look to your stars, and that's what they do here to start the drive. I wouldn't be surprised if they looked his way a few more times in short order. That one, well designed, and it's a quick first down.
The tight end in motion right. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Evans. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
Handoff running left, Irving.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That good for 22 and a first down.
Every team in the league always wants explosive plays, breakout plays, and even more so when it's your horse who's had a tough time during the game.
Yeah, not that great in the first half. Maybe he can recalibrate here in the third and then carry that over to the fourth.
I like that. Recalibrate. Strong.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be 2nd and goal. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
Mayfield. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. Payne Durham from 6 yards away. And the Bucs are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
The big fella was the recipient there for that touchdown pass, and it seems like more and more the tight end is the guy you have to worry about most in the passing game.
McLaughlin for the extra point. And he gets it to go, and we're all even, 17 apiece. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay. (17-17) the score, all even to this point as the kick's away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. Play action. Here's Stroud. That one complete downfield to Kirk. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Again, it's Mixon. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Stroud. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
The Texans send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. That would hit right at the 9, but he couldn't get it to check up. It goes into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Throwing on second down. Mayfield. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. Pitch and catch there, good for 13. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White. And he'll be brought down, but a tip of the cap on the spin move as that gives him a first down. Third and 9 here. So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
Airing this one out for Evans. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That was a nice job defensively. You could almost see him going through the coaching points. Adjust, find the football, knock it away. Well executed.
Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Here's Berrios. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. They'll try to get the run game going. This is Mixon. Taken down at the 42. Second down at 6 now from the 42. Here's Stroud. He's got Higgins over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Catch is made. It's Schultz on the out route. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll be 2nd and a couple. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Houston. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and 2. A handoff to Mixon. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Play action. Stroud now. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down as that'll be a pickup of about 5 as they convert on 3rd and inches.
And if they're throwing on 3rd down, it's a good bet. They're going to look his way. He's the most reliable of their receivers, and he comes through there with a nice grab for the first down.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Stroud sets up the play action. They'll roll him out right. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. Here's a give to Mixon. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The Texans on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. And Stroud now to throw. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 13-yard line. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
Short yardage situation, you have to wonder if they thought that they were just going to run it inside. But you have to be cognizant of the back slipping out of the backfield trying to find some open space. And that's exactly what he does to the tune of a first down.
Stroud out of the gun here. And he's got it. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Christian Kirk from 13 yards out. And the Texans have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the 4th.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough. Otherwise, they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And the result, a Houston touchdown. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. They'll start on the ground with Irving. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
2nd down, 8 to go from the 28. From the gun, Mayfield. Quick throw, finding Mike Evans. And Evans will have a Bucs first down as he'll be brought down at the 38-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. There's Evans again, complete. And he'll go out of bounds, it appears, right at the 45. So the completion good for 7 there, and that'll bring up 2nd down. A shotgun handoff here to Irving. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. The slot man in motion right. Mayfield now from the 50. This is caught by Evans. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That goes for a gain of 31.
That's a real nice job right there, working the middle of the field, working against those safeties. And you know, partner, if you get your hips turned the wrong way, big plays can result.
And a big play resulted right there. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. He's got Otten. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
They run out of the gun with Irving. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Bucky Irving with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. And Charles, the 2nd time today that he has hit pay dirt.
And once you score the first one, there is that natural tendency, and there's also that eagerness to get back there again. Oh, he smells it. This guy smelled the end zone, and twice he's gotten there.
McLaughlin now to add the PAT. And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it was capped off by a 12-yard touchdown run. Now this one setting up for a great finish, all tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Texans offense and C.J. Stroud getting ready for this next drive. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the 4th quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. Now Stroud. This one left side caught by Collins. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Stroud will run the option left, and he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. The Texans on 3rd down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Texans 1st down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
Well, you can absolutely feel the thought process there. They just gave up the touchdown. So in the huddle, they're telling each other, you don't want to give it back now on a 3 and out. Nice job of making sure that they wouldn't, and they pick up the 1st down.
An option handoff here to Mixon. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. Levante David in on the tackle. From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd down and 7. Stroud to throw it. Open man is Higgins. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. They will look for some important yardage on 3rd down. From here, it would be a 60-yard boot. Stroud looking to throw. That is caught. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. The defense surrenders a 13-yard pass play there on 3rd and 1. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. He's already fumbled once in this game, and I thought the ball started to jostle there a little bit, but they got to him quickly at the line of scrimmage.
They sure did. And remember, if you're not a very confident runner and you've already dropped it once, if there's traffic around you, the only thing you think about is protecting the football, not gaining yards.
Throwing now is Stroud. This is caught. It's Kirk. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Christian Kirk with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Texans answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. And they will take a 7-point lead now. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it results in the Texans finding the end zone. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the 4th quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive. Pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Will Anderson, his 2nd sack of the night.
That sack doesn't change their offensive game plan. They always want to air it out and try and get the ball downfield quickly. They're going to have to block a little bit better, though, because the urgency and pressure just increase. Twice the distance now just to get a 1st down, and 1 less down to try and get it.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Mayfield looks to throw. And his throw here's incomplete.
Oh, this defense knows. 4th quarter, they need to make a play. That one was ripe for the taking. Could have changed the complexion of the ball game, but it winds up incomplete.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Here's Mayfield. Now he's forced out right. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
And what great recognition between a receiver and his quarterback, because he's going to recognize the trouble, and then he has 2 options. Cut off the route and come back to help, or head straight down the field, and he chooses the latter, and it turns into a huge play.
Throwing, Mayfield. He finds his target. It's Evans. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now.
Now Mayfield.
And there's a short one taken in by Otten.
And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
2nd down, 8 yards to go. Mayfield.
Quick hitter here. It's complete.
That completion helps out in a nice way. Now they can take a little bit more time, but guess what? They've got to make sure on their throws that they see it open, not just anticipate it.
Well, this crowd doing their best to make a lot of racket. It's 3rd and 5.
And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, they know anything less than a touchdown here at this late stage is going to be no good. They were going for it all right there, but it was just too hard to adjust to that one in the air, and it winds up incomplete.
Desperation time. Mayfield on 4th down.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
Here's 1st and goal. Mayfield.
He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger game.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Mayfield to throw.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Here's Baker.
And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
McLaughlin for the extra point. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So that one a long 11-play drive.
And the touchdown and PAT mean we are tied here in the final minute of play. This one, all we could have asked for. All tied, final minute as the kick's away here. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Houston set to take over.
They need to get this around the 40 on the other side to get into field goal range. Look at the clock, a decent amount of time here in a tie game. What do?
No panic situation at all. They've got to get a couple of chunk plays, pick up nice bits of yardage.
Target the sideline?
Target the sidelines because you want to get out of bounds and make sure that clock stops. Because if the clock stays running, that makes things that much tougher for you. It can always bleed out on you.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there. Forced the ball free, and it's second down. Here's Stroud. Pass complete to Higgins. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. A big play here. 3rd and 2. Now Stroud. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. Well, this offense still has the 1 timeout here, remember. 1st and 10. Stroud to throw it. He finds his target. It's Schultz. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Stroud. A throw left sideline falls incomplete. This defense not going to lag back. They come with pressure that time, force him out of the pocket, and the incompletion.
And so many times when you're watching a game, you're seeing the offense doing all the dictating. In this case, the defense said, we're dictating the terms, and turned it loose towards him.
Here comes 2nd down. Stroud looks to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
Well, as we all know, possessions are crucial in a tie game. And let's face it, I really didn't need to tell you that. You already knew it. So when he sees he's got nothing good going, an excellent decision to just send that one to the sideline.
So they'll try to move the ball closer here on 3rd down. A field goal from this spot would be just inside of 60 yards, 59 to be exact. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the 1st down marker. And we have free football. Overtime. Here we go, my friend.
And the way this game played out, this is exactly how it should end, going to overtime, because neither one got an advantage today.
So the Texans will have the first opportunity here in the overtime session as we are back underway. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. And now out comes Houston. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. Opening drive of overtime. Both teams will get a possession, barring a defensive score. Here's 2nd down. Play action. Here's Stroud.
Open man is Kirk, complete. And he makes it all the way down to the 13-yard line. A huge play there in overtime. 47 yards.
Well, that certainly changes things here because they're in field goal range already, but a field goal, that's not what they're looking for now, not after that big play right here in overtime.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Stroud. And one more time, here's Kirk. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Now remember again, a touchdown wouldn't win it just yet, but it can give him a big leg up. It's 2nd down. Here goes Stroud again. This is caught. And he is into the end zone. They accomplish what they set out to do as they will take the lead here in overtime. And, Charles, they continue to have trouble stopping him as he's into the end zone yet again.
Yeah, that's multiple series now that have ended with him in the end zone. A perfect plan on how to utilize him best when they get in close.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. A drive there of just 4 plays. And the result, a Houston touchdown. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Mayfield now. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A big pickup there, 18 yards and a Buccaneer first. Mayfield. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It's a gain of 35.
And how about that? In a game that's had just about everything, how's that for an answer? Remember, in the past, this game would be over already. But that's a huge play there to give them a fighting chance to go down and possibly tie this game.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Mayfield with it once more. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
No sense risking anything there on 1st down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who can make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
They need a matching touchdown here to keep their hopes alive. Here's 2nd down. To throw, Mayfield. This one taken in by Otten. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. He's padding his already great numbers here in overtime. More importantly, though, moving his guys downfield.
And I think that's exactly what's going through his head right now. Moving them downfield, putting them in a position to win the game. The stats, that's for the fantasy guys. I know they're enjoying that show.
Now whistles here before the snap. Looked like one of the Bucs may have moved. That was a 3rd and somewhat manageable now, not so manageable.
Exactly, because you had a play call on that you felt like, hey, this could go quick, and it doesn't take much to get it done. Now, you got to start thinking about a little bit of a deeper route type of a call, especially if you want to throw it.
He's got his target. That's complete. And the Bucs are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. So he hooked up with a veteran there, and in overtime, that's not a bad idea. Go with the age and the experience.
Yeah, because sometimes the young guys, they give you the fresh legs and give you all that bounce. But in this type of a situation, sometimes those legs slow down a little bit as the enormity of the moment overwhelms them. The veteran guys, they tend to come through.
To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. Mayfield looks to throw. Out to the flat, that's complete to his running back. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play.
Godwin's got it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
And that drive we just saw that culminated in a touchdown, exactly what many offenses are looking for. Sustained ones that can impose their will on the other team.
McLaughlin now to add the PAT. And he puts it through. That time a 9-play drive. And it's Chris Godwin who finishes things off with a touchdown reception. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Texans offense set to regain possession. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
Each team's had it in overtime, so next score wins. Here's 2nd down. And they'll go play action here with Stroud. And got his man complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A big pickup of 38.
Just straight money right there. The biggest drive of the game, a chance to win it in overtime. If they've been saving that play, they sure pulled it out at the right time. A huge turn of events there.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Inside handoff to Mixon. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Again, it's Mixon. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. Mixing up the middle. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the 1st down. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. Now the Buccaneers go ahead and take another timeout. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. So on is their kicker, and it's down to this. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And the Texans are going to win the football game.
Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And, Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one, because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to a one-possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. In this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaunt. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Texans as we say so long from Houston.